In the top left corner, as the red Zerg, it's Nitix. And in the bottom right corner, as the blue Terran, it's Polt. Polt getting a supply depot, as Terrans are wont to do. But I think we're going to see a straight-up game here from Polt. Is it still, like, good to call him Captain America? Like, is that still a thing? I don't know. Polt did his time in the military and has returned to StarCraft. I think it's been a year already. I think so. I know he had a couple hand issues, but he's been practicing a lot. He's been streaming a lot. He had not the best run at IEM Katowice. But it looks like he's still fighting here in the ESL Pro Tour. Hey, that's one event out of the entire year. Polt making sure his opponent expanded, and expanded in a timely manner. Don't want to get caught, be surprised by a Ling Flood. His 14 pools can be quite nasty, or so I'm told. Well, going into Hellions, getting a tech lab on the barracks, as well as his starport. What we're going to be looking for is the count of Polt's Hellions, and whether or not he swaps starport onto the tech lab, which he will. So this is starting to look like Hellbat Banshee. Nitix Overlord besieged there. It is going to be a Banshee. It is going to be Cloak in Armory. Should be getting thrown down soon. Polt floats the barracks, gets the Overlord, and gets the kills on the early Lings. Nitix is getting a Roachborn, but I think he needs to increase his Queen count and get safety spores really soon here. Banshee's almost finished. Cloak halfway done. Polt isn't giving his opponent any time to recover. He's going to want to get these 6 Hellions together and start blasting the Queens. You know, get off a volley retreat. There we go. 8 roaches popping out here for Nitix, though, so the Hellbat pressure is going to be repelled. Nice pick on this Ravager from Polt. He's just kiting the Roach Ravager down the map. I don't know if this was the right response from Nitix. He has 3 base. He has 38 workers. He could have very easily shot up to 60, taken a fort, something like that, but he's like, my time to go is now, and he didn't take the queens with him, so this Banshee is just going to clean everything up. This is a huge throw into the wall of Polt. Everything looked so good for the Zerg here. But he is now heavily down in army supply. Polt can just storm across the map if he wants to, and that's exactly the right decision because Nitix is now getting 9 drones. But he could have had 9 drones like a while ago and just, you know, sat on his secure position. Kept pumping out queens, kept getting out spores, and defended. Now the lings are going to go down to the Hellions. Queen gets a kill on a couple of them, but the bio of Polt closing in on the Zerg third just as Stim +1 and combat shields finish. It's a little bit early. They didn't quite finish, but it doesn't really matter. There isn't enough to fight here for Nitix. He is going to start losing drones like crazy. 10 of them going down, and this is just an absolute massacre coming out of Polt. Nitix lost a third. Polt established a third, and there's more bio tank pushing across the map. I fear for this Zerg's life. He is about 12 workers behind a Terran, which certainly isn't ideal. Has some Ravagers. I mean, if Vials connect, you know, that could flip the equation here. But the thing is, he has to kick Vials against Polt. It's not an easy task. Polt dropping in the net. He seems to be just absolutely everywhere, and he's gonna lose a lot of these Marines, but takes 11 drones with him. Nitix is still hanging into the game, but it's a long, hard, uphill battle for him to get back into it. He's just now finishing his infestation pit, which means Hive isn't going to be hitting the field for a while, and he could really use a Viper or two right now, especially Because he is going Roach Ravager against Bio Tank. Oh my god! One volley causes the GG. The bottom right corner, as the red Zerg, it's Nitix. And in the bottom left, as the blue Terran, it's Polt. Nitix choosing Roach Ravager against Bio, which, I mean, a lot of Zergs at a pro level are doing right now, but it's not, doesn't scale well. You saw at the end there, you know, he moved out and Polt just had enough tanks that he single volleyed the entire army of the Zerg, forcing the GG. It's going to be a Reaper expand out of the Terran. Nitix opting for a 16 hatch. 17 gas, 17 pool. Here comes the Worker Scout from Polt. Nitix sending his queens out to the front. He doesn't want any Hellions to slide in and cause mayhem. Polt is going to get out Hellions. So Nitix in the last game totally overextended. Like, Polt went for this Hellbat Banshee play, and Nitix had the absolute correct composition, the right amount of army supply to hold it, and make sure Polt could never get in on the drone lines ever. But, I mean, Nitix for some reason decided to panic attack, and the Banshees just kited him across the map. So that just put Polt ahead for the entire rest of the game. Once again, Captain America going for the Hellbat Banshee play, and gonna see a Spire this time from Nitix. An Overseer morphs and gets canceled. I don't know if that was intentional or what's going on with that, but
Okay, Banshees have been beaten off. Polt does have enough firepower to break through this creep tumor. Trick doesn't work against Hellions because they can just kill the creep tumor. And the shot still does damage to the queen. These Hellions are in on the drone line. 6 will go down. Not game-ending damage, but significant damage. Polt is going to have time to throw down missile turrets as well, thanks to the Muta being delayed by those Hellions. Banshee should go down here. Oh, they're going to cloak and survive and go back on the attack. And the missile turret finishes just in time. Nitix really struggling to find purchase. This is a heavy committal to Muta here. +1 is about to finish for them as well. Polt is, of course, going to transition into Bio-Tank. Nitix really needs a heavy supply of Ling Bane, and he's just now grabbing a third at the 7-minute mark. Polt is moving out his third. Just how does Nitix engage this? Okay, he will catch some Marines out. This is a nice pick-off. Medevac goes down as well, but he can't engage into this. Oh my god! Oh no! Alright, I guess he cleans up the Marines, but he lost 3 Muta for it. Was it worth it? Widow Mines? The Muta fly into the Widow Mines! 4 SCVs go down, 4 drones also go down, 5 drones, 6 drones. Nitix finally got up a third, however Polt is muling out the gold base and getting up a ton of production there as well. There's too many Marines. Muta can't engage.
Meow.
K2 Swoo, thank you for the follow. Down goes the missile turret, and this is actually a lot of exposed add-ons. The Marines will stim in to intercept this, but okay, 1 Muta lost here for Nitix. I mean, this is just not sustainable play from the Zerg. Nitix needed a 4th 2.5 minutes ago. And you can see that reflected in the army supply, 66 to 32. Polt moves in on creep with the double medevac drop. He will clean up a lot of the Zerg's already anemic creep spread. Oh man, it looks like I'm dropping frames like crazy. I'm sorry if the stream's choppy. I'll get that fixed immediately after this match. Oh, 3 Muta get picked off the front, and this is all the army supply Nitix has to speak of. 30 Lings are flooding out, but they got to morph into Banelings, and Polt's going to continue threatening the natural. Another few Muta bleed out, GG is called, and Polt takes the win.